Hey, good morning everybody. This is Sam the Community Gardener. So I'm here today and I'm very excited about what I'm standing beside my little gem here. This is a Owari Satsuma Orange Tree. Now for years and years and years I didn't think that they would even survive in Middle Georgia, so I never bothered to plant one. But I enjoyed them. I buy them in the store. They're very easy to peel. So before I kind of get some close-ups of it, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this tree. Now, this tree, you know, Satsumas can grow up to 20 feet tall. However, they can be trained to stay around the ideal height of 5 or maybe 6 feet tall, and as well as 5 or 6 feet wide. Now, the Satsumas can grow from a seed. However, if you grow it from a seed, it's going to take about 8 years for you to get any fruit from it. If you're smart, you'll kind of do like I did. I bought this one. It was 2 years old. I planted it 2 years ago, and this is the first year that I'm actually getting some blossoms or blooms, if you will, from it, which means that there's a possibility I'll get some oranges this year. Now, it's actually called an Owari mandarin tree. They're popularly known as Satsumas. You know, they produce a nice, juicy, easy to peel, seedless fruit. They ripe from about October till about November. So in the spring, you'll start seeing these little flowers that'll start coming on the plant, which means that fruit will be coming very, very soon. Now, where would you plant this tree? You see, as you can see, mine is planted close to a south-facing wall. They recommend that the fruit is planted toward a south-facing wall. That way it'll get full sun, you know. So if you're planning to plant one, make sure that you plant it on a south-facing wall so that it can get the full sun of the day. Okay, and as far as pollinating, I'm not worried about having enough bees or anything to that effect, although I want the bees to come and enjoy the flowers from it. This is a self-pollinating tree that you don't have to have. You only need one. I'm sure everybody would like to have more than one. Right now I have one. I want to see how well it would do, but it's self-pollinating, which means that it's self-fertile. You know, its flowers have both the male and female part of the plant, which allows it to be self-pollinating, and it doesn't need another tree for pollination. So that's a good thing. So this Owari Satsuma, it's actually the most common Satsuma mandarin. The ones that you see in the grocery stores, they go under a lot of names. Sometimes they call them adorbs. You know, sometimes they call them they have a variety of different names that they go by, but they're all mostly Owari Satsumas, and they're very easy to peel, as I said earlier. So as far as sunlight, of course, you've heard about citrus trees growing down in Florida and out in California, but you don't hear a lot about it growing in Georgia. So this tree really needs, it requires full sunlight to be most productive. You know, it needs about 8 to 10 hours of daily sunlight during the growing season. That's the best thing for it. Trees that are in partially shaded areas, they'll grow, but they will not do as well. They'll grow, but it'll be at the expense of the fruit. You probably won't get a good fruit from one that's in a shaded area. You know, Satsumas they're in season between October and December, so that's when you'll probably start seeing them in the grocery stores. As far as watering this plant, you know, this plant requires you to dig a water ring around it, and after you plant it, really, and basically as the water soaks in, you add soil to any of the areas that have soaked in around the roots. You know, you need to water it every few days for 2 weeks. when you first plant it, and then every 7 to 10 days for the next 10 months. So this is a very beautiful tree. Does the tree grow fast? Well, actually, mandarin trees can grow up to maybe 4 to 5 meters each season. But you can also get the dwarf type that some people love to place them in a pot and keep them as a 2 to 3 feet a plant. As mandarins and other members of the citrus family, they need at least 2 to 3 years before you will get your first harvest. As far as the lifespan of a mandarin tree, the average lifespan of most citrus trees is approximately 50 years. You know, this age applies to both standard size and dwarf citrus trees. You know, and they begin to produce fruits sometime during their 2nd through 5th growing season. And they continue to produce fruit throughout their lifespan. So this is a very wonderful tree. I'm going to show you some very close-ups of it because I really want you to see these new little flowers that have started to come out on it. I'm very, very excited about that. So guys, I'm Sam the Community Gardener. I'm going to come back to you and show you some close-ups. Guys, this is a wonderful tree to get. If you don't have one and you live in growth areas 8A or down to 9 and below, you can grow this tree. So I'm going to come back to you with some close-ups, guys. So I'm Sam the Community Gardener, and I'll see you soon in the garden. Stay green, everybody. Hey guys, this is Sam the Community Gardener. I told you I would come back and show you some close-ups of my Owari mandarin orange tree. I told you I wanted to give you some close-ups so you can see some of the flowers that have started to blossom onto the tree. Right now, if I stood it up straight, it would probably be about 8 feet tall, but this tree has a tendency to slope downward, and in fact, some of the trees slope so far downward that the fruit will actually drag the ground. So let's take a look at some of the flowers now so that you can see exactly what's going on here with this Owari mandarin orange tree here in central Georgia. So let's get down some of these flowers. Look at that, guys. Aren't those some of the most beautiful flowers you've ever seen? Look at that. They are coming on nicely. I'll get a real close-up. They're kind of white and beautiful. Has like little fingerlings sticking out of the center of them, but they're very, very beautiful. Let's get a close-up of this one here. This one is very beautiful. I'd like to get it. That's a very beautiful flower. Let's look at it closely. Look at that, guys. It's kind of shaded right now, but I can tell that it's doing very, very well. Let me show you how they look when they first form as flowers. Look at this, guys. These 3 little buds here, they're going to open up into flowers in the next few days to come. I have several of these on the tree. Here are some here on the end, and for whatever reason they tend to grow toward the end of the plant. Let's get a close-up in there. Look at that. They tend to grow toward the end of the plant, but this one is doing well. There's also some new growth. Look at these new leaves forming here, guys. New leaves, new growth for this season, and I'm seeing quite a lot of that here. There's some more there, and here's some more here. So this year we're expecting to get some oranges from this particular tree. It's in full sunlight. The flowers have started to come out on it, so we're very, very hopeful. Let's back up a little bit and you can see it, the full length of it. Like I said, this tree tends to slope downward. In fact, like I said, the fruit will form at the end of the branches, and they'll slope down sometimes even to touch the ground. So guys, we're very excited about this. So this is Sam the Community Gardener, guys, and I'll see you next time in the garden. Stay green, everybody.